Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa khillanihi amma ba'd. We give praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We salute our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his companions. We say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In our last episode, we talked about things that we can do when we are observing Ramadan or fast to create more bondage or linkage between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And among those things we said, reading the Quran subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can create your own schedules for the reading of the Quran, being it complete reading, but you can read half of the Quran in the morning, then the next half in the evening. Or you can link it to your 5 daily prayers. Whenever you pray Zuhur, you can recite some portions as you can. Asr, Maghrib, Isha, Fajr, the same thing, so that at least you can also take the advantage of Ramadan to make some completions of the Quran, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 times per your strength. And we also said to create more linkage or bondage between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we need to give more charity. We need to do more charity works so that it will help us get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And among the things that we can do is to feed the needy. A lot of people, whether in your country or elsewhere, don't even get what to eat at dawn to even observe their fast. And there you are. You've been blessed with a whole lot of money, a whole lot of favors. You can also support the needy. Being it your neighbors, being it in other countries, you can also give charity, buy them food items, supply them food items, so that when they wake up at dawn, they will be wondering what to eat. At least they can also get some rice, some milk, some tea from the little you give them. And when you do that, Allah also expands your wealth. Allah also bless your businesses. There are some people, they've been blessed and they don't even know why me. Why am I receiving all these blessings? It's because when Allah gave you the blessing, you also look at your brother by blessing him with the blessings that Allah has blessed you with. So we need to do a lot of feeding. Some people in some communities don't even have what to even break their fast on. Some may even get something when you bring something to the masjid for them to break their fast on. But should they sit in their various homes, should they sit in their various houses, they will not even get anything to break their fast with. So brothers and sisters, we need to use this opportunity to support our brothers, to give them. There are a whole lot of people living in some villages, they are suffering. Even drinking water is a problem. And you have everything in your midst. The little that we give to them is something big and huge, more than you may be thinking of. I quite remember we once took some food items to a village during the month of Ramadan. The way the people were struggling, fighting over that food items, you'll be surprised because of hunger. There are a whole lot of people who are in dire need of the little that you think is nothing, that cannot be given as sadaqah or cannot be given to somebody because you see it to be small. But to them it's something big and huge. So no matter how your situation, you need to also give. And you shall also be given more by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we need to cultivate a habit of giving. We need to look at our neighbors. We need to support them. We know the poor ones. We know the needy ones among us. We need to take the advantage of this month to learn how to feed the needy, how to feed the poor. There are a whole lot of countries who are suffering, our brothers. Go to India, Bangladesh, African countries, Niger, Ghana, a whole lot of countries who are Muslims and are suffering, more especially when it comes to the month of Ramadan. They cannot work their normal work routines to get their daily chop because they become weaker because they are fasting. So who is there to support them so that at least the little they will get can be added to what you give so that at least they can also observe the month of Ramadan in happiness. So brothers and sisters, it's your time. We entreat you to give out your best. Never underrate whatever you have. Give it out to your neighbor. Give it out to your brothers. Send it to them, even if they are far away from us. We need to send this charity, this food. We need to send those monies to them. You can make portions of your salary. If you receive your salaries at the end of the week, take some portions, $100, $200. Make sure that you also give it to somebody for him to also benefit. You can also make it a monthly calculation, or you can take a bunch, $5,000, $3,000, $4,000, calculate it and share it to the needy ones, so that at least they can also take the advantage of this Ramadan. And also, among the things that we need to do to create more bondage and linkage between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making time for lessons during the month of Ramadan. In the month of Ramadan, a lot of scholars, a lot of TV stations brings out a lot of beneficiary programs on them. You need to make time to be following those programs, whether it's tafsir, whether it's TV series, whether it's radio series, whether on Facebook, whether on YouTube, or whatever channel that you are comfortable with. You need to engage and make time for those lessons and listen to them. And if you are fortunate to get lessons within your community from the masjid, some masjid after Asr, they do some tafsir, some do some fiqh, some do a whole lot of lessons. You need to register with them. You need to sign up with them. You need to be there every day. You need to make time with them. You need to take this month to learn a lot about your deen. If you are not fortunate, maybe the community where you are living in, you are not closer to any mosque. Nowadays, you have your phones everywhere. Even at your comfort of your bedroom, you can be listening to our scholars, giving all the teachings of Islam. Even at the comfort of your workplace, you can get your earphones whilst you are working and be listening to the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that you create more linkage between you and Allah, more bondage between you and Allah, so that you attain righteousness during the month of Ramadan, which we expect will lead you to the rest of your days in this world. So we need to take this month as a month of lessons, month of learning, month of activities, month of change. We change from our bad attitudes to the new and better attitudes. You need to cancel the fornications. You need to cancel the adultery. You need to cancel all those thieveries. You need to cancel those insults that comes off your mouth. You need to take the advantage of Ramadan. Listen to the scholars. A whole lot of preaching during Ramadan. You can get at least 3 or 4 tafsir. Some of them are even done live. Some of them are even saved online. You can go at your own comfort, at your own time, and watch them. Those are the things we should be putting in our calculations as we calculate or make our timetable for Ramadan. And in this Ramadan too, when you listen to the scholars, try after each and every lesson, write some notes down from the beginning of the lesson to the end. This is what I got. Sometimes we just listen, and even when we are asked, oh, what was the Imam talking about, you don't even remember. But if you listen, knowingly that after the lesson you write something down, you will pay more attention to what the Imam is saying. You will pay more attention to what the Sheikh is saying. So we need to listen attentively in the aim of benefiting from the lectures we are observing. And to the Imams too, we need to do our best, create more lessons at the Islamic centers or at the masjid, more especially during this time. And we need to get people employed for the leadership of imamship, so that they will get time for us, they will get time for our case.